Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Raptor X here with Good Clean Gaming RX, and today we are back in Eco on the Eco Raptor X server. Today, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do today. I'm definitely going to be working some more. Ooh, that was a nice one too. Working some more on the various different research that I've been doing, and attempt to get my research finished for composites, which it looks like it has finished. Farming, composite skill scroll. Very nice. Alright, so that is going to necessitate my getting a level 3. There we go, metallurgy research paper modern. Alright. So I do have a couple of those now, which I'm not going to need, so I'm going to go ahead and take those off of the store here. There we go. And then, let's see here, I still am going to need some engineering research paper modern. And there are 10 available up here at the mechanics shop. So I'll have to drop by and see about getting some of those. However, first things first, let's see here, that's 10, geology research modern, lumber added. Okay, so I am going to need then to create a lumber work order here. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to need 300 again. So we'll go ahead and create that, and then we will put up the work party for this. Create lumber project. So we're going to take that one off, and we're going to take that one off, and we're going to pay, let's see here, 18. If we use our previous, we'll double 18, that'll get us to 36, so 72. So we'll leave the weight at that, and I'm going to edit this and pay $72 for the coin. We're going to use coin. We're going to split by work percent and pay out of that amount 72. Not enough money in Raptor X personal account. What? How much money do I have? $50? Goodness gracious, someone has sold me a whole lot of something. Or not purchased a whole lot of something, one or the other. Let's see here, what is going on here? I guess those metallurgy research papers were more expensive than I had anticipated. We're gonna have to put a hold on that one, it appears. Let's see here, buy it at Stoneworks, and with the shutdown of Insanium store, that means we're going to have a very hard time store 0.78. We're going to have a very hard time with roads until such time as someone decides to begin making those again. I can't take it as I've got mining, and so I'm locked out of that until I get I'm locked out of that permanently, really. Because I have mining, and so we've set up rules where you can't have both mining and basic engineering. So someone else with basic engineering is going to have to become the new roadmaster. I'm going to go ahead and chop down some more trees. I also wanted to say that after this season, which I do intend at this point to have another season, but after this season we are going to need to search for either another way of funding the server or another server provider. Insanium has let me know that he's not interested in further funding the server. I do want to thank him for the money and time he's put in for this first server run, and I guess to apologise for whatever part I played in the harassment he feels that he's experienced. But we are going to need to find a new way of hosting or paying for this server. So with that in mind, if anyone has any ideas, feel free to drop a comment down below, or of course post those suggestions in the Raptor X Discord, and we'll see what we can do. That being said, in the next server, we're planning on making some changes, and those changes are being discussed right now in the Discord. So if you are a player on the server, or even intend to join us in the next playthrough, do leave a comment on the Discord if you have a input as far as server ideas, how you'd like those to be implemented or changed. Basically what we can do to make the server better, and we'll see if we can implement some of those moving forward. I do know right off the bat that seeing as it's a little bit more of a long-term server, we're going to be making some changes somewhat similar to the DadSpeed server, and either limiting the number of skills that a person can have, or else the skill progression that a player can have, so that there's a little bit more balance in the late game. Oh, steel axe broke. Alright, so we're going to have to see about getting that one repaired then. We can buy it at Redhorn Tools, and we can sell our broken one at Redhorn Tools. So I'm going to go ahead and pop over there and see about doing that. Crushed slag, there's nowhere to sell that currently. It is used in the stone road and stone ramp recipes, so I'm thinking cement kiln. Okay, there are none currently available. Who's got them? Looks like there are several of them. So, if we're going to make more asphalt roads, we're definitely going to need someone to make concrete. So that would be a mason. We'll need to make concrete so that we can then make the asphalt roads. Otherwise, a basic engineer, of course, can can just make the stone ropes. That works as well. Let's see here, steel axe, there we go. We'll go ahead and sell one of those. And we will purchase a steel axe for 55, there we go. And that'll do that. If people are interested, obviously I'll have to get some money first. But if people are interested, I can see about setting up some sort of central road manufacturer store, a corporation essentially, where I set up a order for making roads, and then people come along and put in the labour that will be required to actually produce them. And then those roads can be sold on the open market for a competitive price. I'm also going to see if we can get some of the government institutes, I guess, a research institute set up. I guess probably over the weekend if I have time. I've just started up my my next class, and so there's a lot more homework in there than I was originally anticipating. So my involvement with the server is probably going to be a little bit reduced, simply because I've got a lot more homework than I originally thought, seeing as it's normally it's a 15-week course, and it's been shoehorned into 7 weeks. So there's essentially double the homework in the same time period. So that's somewhat changed the homework burden, and therefore the amount of time that I'm going to be spending on homework, and so will somewhat reduce my involvement in the server, even more so than it was before. I'll still be sticking around, of course, making my videos every day, and doing my best to keep the craziness under control. But it is going to be in a somewhat reduced capacity. So I guess the reason that I had for not having a Raptor X server in the first place remains valid, which was simply that I don't have the time to properly admin a server, or of course the money to support one, given the cost of running a server. It's actually significantly more expensive than I would have thought, and so we kind of have to make do with the generosity of others, and of course their goodwill. And so that does leave us somewhat dependent on others for the continued existence and officiation, I'll say, of the server. And so that does put us at somewhat of a tight spot. As I said, I'll be doing my best to keep it running, and to keep things interesting. Interesting, I guess. But yeah, there's there's been some things this go around that have made it evident that there's a significant amount of admin work and pre-planning that is going to be required, and so that's going to be a little bit more of a focus the next time around before we get into a new season. So if you guys have any input as to how you'd like that to be done, drop a comment down below, or your input on the Discord server, and we'll see about making sure that those changes get looked at for the next server go around. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those since I really don't need to buy them any longer. Bricks. It kind of feels like the server has stagnated a little bit, and so we'll have to see kind of where it goes from here. I would, if possible, like to see us shoot down the media still. We do have 20-something days, 23 I think it is at this point, to do that, so it's still entirely possible. But we are going to have to work together to see that taken down. As the server population is kind of shrinking. I guess if we pull up, actually it's not going to be this one, we're going to pull up the laws, and we'll go by population and do active. We have 17 active players, and those will be the players who've been on for more than half an hour in the last 1.5 days. So obviously I know, life takes precedence, and there are various different things that prevent players from getting on and playing, but that does weigh into the balance of things. And so as an admin, that's kind of something that I have to keep in mind. Okay. These tailings are getting to be a little bit of a hassle. I'm producing more iron than I'm actually mining out myself, and we still don't have Waste Island properly set up yet, so I'm having to deal with these myself. And so that necessitates moving out some area here and getting this going. What more can I say, I guess? I'll go ahead and put some of these here. As I said, your input would be greatly appreciated. This is kind of my first time being the admin on a server such as I was, and so I'm still very much reliant on the input of other people who have admined a server before, and of course just player concerns and feedback. And so for those of you who have given suggestions, throughout the length of the server. I do appreciate your input. Obviously not everything can be done to keep a server in balance, but I do appreciate the time and effort people have taken to make suggestions, and that's probably going to become important moving forward, as especially for this next run through of the server. We're going to try and plan things out a little bit better from the start, and thereby reduce some of the headaches that we all experienced with this time around. I know there were significant numbers of people who were upset from some of the way that the server was managed, and so we're going to hopefully head that off at the pass for the next time around, and make sure things are set up a little bit more completely from the start of the server. With that said, those of you who are on the server, we really need to start. Oops. Okay, let's swap over. We really need to start working together and getting things going again. I know Insanium has been very instrumental in doing a lot of the transport, and really in keeping the economy going, for all of the complaints about the monopoly, quote unquote, that he held. Anyone who has the skills that he has the ability to break that monopoly. And so if anyone has a monopoly on the server, to some extent that is entirely the responsibility of the other people who are capable of breaking that monopoly, but for some reason or another have not chosen to. I'm currently in the process, of course rather a long one at this point, of attempting to break up the monopoly that Hex has on composites. Obviously, since I'm a little bit low on funding right now, that's going to be rather difficult. I may have to go and see if I can mine some gold, if that's still being purchased, or see if there is somewhere that I can actually sell something that I can make for a profit, and then use that as further capital to build the room that will be required for my advanced carpentry table, which I guess I should have seen about getting one of those when I actually had money, as I don't anymore. And we'll have to go from there. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll shuffle these up to the top here. And considering that this stuff is literally costing me nothing as far as that goes, I'm going to see about reducing the price a little bit on my iron concentrate. It's currently 2.3 and selling at 2.1 there at Red Horn, so I'm going to go ahead and reduce this down, and we're going to sell this for 1.9. My crushed iron ore, let's go take a look and see what this is costing me to produce it. Requires 2. Oh, 1.5? 1.5 crushed iron ore. So at that point, if I can get crushed iron ore for 0.3, then that means that I can literally sell my iron concentrate for like 0.6 and still break even. And I know I was getting a little bit of that. I'm going to check on my crushing here as well and see how much it costs. This one's my crushed iron. So crushed iron requires, I get 4, so it requires 5. So that's what, 3/5 or so. So even if I bring this up to 5, that's going to still make it possible to break even on this. 1.3. Oh goodness, yeah, that's quite a bit. 1.9. I'm going to bring this down to 1.8 because it looks like I am yeah, that's my lowest cost right there. But there's actually very little market of it currently. Red Horn Metal is the only one purchasing that. I'm going to go ahead and take this over there for right now. Where is my concentrate? There we go. Steam truck. There we go. We'll see about running this over. If people are interested in setting up a road corporation where we just make roads, and it would be kind of like a business where I don't supply everything, and it's more of a anyone can drop by and add labour and work on making roads. I can see about setting that one up, and we'll go from there. Let's see here, Stone Road. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so we do have some asphalt concrete. It looks like Red Horn is quite capable of making roads. We're going to have to see about selling the crushed sandstone, and it looks like probably sand is what we're going to need to add as well. Crushed limestone, clay. Okay, so he's got masonry as well. Wainwright table. Very good. So we do have a source for roads. I obviously don't have quite enough to purchase many of them. So let me see where we're working at still here. Looks like over here. And right over here, so we have to see about doing that on the next episode, because I'm once again running out of time. So I'm going to go ahead and pop back to my house. Get a little bit of food here so that I can get my skills back in balance. And wrap up for today. I want to thank you all for watching. And for those of you who are playing on the server and are contributing either through your voice here or on the Discord server, for your efforts there. And that's going to be it for today's video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Take care. Ta-ta.